Hi guys. Today, living with a child with a mental illness. My son has paranoid schizophrenia. For those who didn't see my first video, he was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia maybe a couple of weeks after his high school graduation. He had plans to go to college, play football. He played football pretty much all through school, from middle school all the way up through high school. I'm saying today was a good day because we didn't have to call the cops. He didn't have to go to the mental hospital. It's been like that for a few days, from going to the hospital back to back for weeks. They give him the Invega shot. But I've been dealing with this for 3 years. It has completely changed my world. Emotionally, physically, and financially. I just feel like everybody's saying this cliche, oh, it takes a strong person when you have a special needs child or a child with a disability. It does. This came within the 3 years, this gray hair. I'm not young by any means. I mean, I'm young by, society standards, but I'm in my 40s, okay? And I didn't have gray hair before all this started, if that makes any sense. Maybe it's time for it to come. I don't know. But I feel like I know my son. He's with me pretty much every day. But I feel like I'm raising a stranger. He's 24 years old. Be 25 in August. And I feel like it's killing me. I'm losing who I am as a person. Dealing with him. Stressing over him. Trying to help him. Having hope for him. Praying for him. Every day of my life seems like it's for him now. I am no longer living for me. When I say that it's taking my life physically, I recently had some blood tests done where I was very, very anemic. And they also saw very high markers for lupus. All right. So I built up the strength to start eating right again. I used to do it all the time. I just haven't anymore because I feel like I said I was losing myself in his disease. So I didn't want to die. I didn't want to be afflicted with a disease and an illness and have something else to have to deal with. So basically, I work at a couple of urgent cares. And maybe a few months ago, I had started getting pain in my fingers, in my hands, in my wrists. And they got so bad till I couldn't drive. I couldn't use pens and pencils to write. Couldn't unscrew tops. Like, it was really painful, really bad. So thank God I worked at these urgent cares. I was able to speak with the owner there. He ran some blood tests because I thought maybe, I'm getting arthritis. Because like I said, not a young spring chicken anymore. So, I went to him a couple of times. They gave me some Decadron shots for pain, gave me some casts and stuff to have on my hands, and I'm sleeping with 2 casts on my hand at some point. And I'm like, this can't be my life right now. I had so many dreams. I had so many goals. I'm not gonna do this. So many dreams, so many goals, and it can't go out like this. So the second time I got the Decadron shot, and it was wearing off. The doctor was like, okay, let us just draw some blood, draw some blood, see if, you have rheumatoid arthritis or something of that nature. So they drew the blood, and I had to wait for the testing to come back. So when the testing came back, like I said, I had severe anemia. It was like 9. And I had high markers for lupus. So like I said, I changed my diet. I started eating nothing but fruits, vegetables, and nuts for at least 30 days because he told me he wanted to recheck my blood in 30 days. He also suggested that I take iron pills. Another thing I used to do was eat ice. I've been eating ice for years. I even purchased a Ninja where I would chop it up, and every day was my highlight. I would eat at least 2 containers of this chopped up ice. Didn't realize it had anything to do with my health or anything of that nature. So anyway, make a long story short, after eating healthy for 30 days, we go into this situation with the COVID-19. So it's time to draw blood again. So did the blood for the COVID-19. Also took enough blood because it was time for my blood to be retested. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday, all my test results came back. I was negative for COVID. My anemia markers went from 9 to 11. And I was also found the ANA, which was the markers for the lupus, was now negative and didn't exist. So I also want to contribute changing my diet, taking the iron pills, and I also took blood purifiers every day from Dr. Sebi's. I feel like it was a combination of all 3 of those things that was able to get me to the point where I am right now, which is on the right track with my anemia, and no signs of lupus. So I thank God for that. Another reason why I say that my son is affecting me mentally. I used to live in Atlanta. I went out. I didn't have a lot of friends, but I did a lot of things. I didn't club, but we ate food. That was our thing. We ate food. We hung around. We did that. In South Carolina, went out, had food. I lived there as well. I moved here to Florida with my family. No shade whatsoever to my family. It's just when you're not around people with like minds, it affects you mentally. And I'm here with my son. They have their views on things. They speak and whisper about things. So at the end of the day, when it's your child, with the exception of my mom, when it's your child, you really truly are on your own with how you feel and deal with it. So I don't go anywhere. I go to work and I come back home so I can tackle this stuff with my son. So emotionally, it drains me. I go to work and I come home and I pull up in the driveway with the lights off just to give myself 5 to 10 minutes of peace, of quiet, of getting my mind prepared to go inside the house. He follows me around foot to foot. He's very touchy-feely. This is not a little boy. This is a 24-year-old man who was set to play football. So he's big. He's very muscular and big. So being very touchy-feely is almost like when he's in his good moods, he's very loving. And he always want five. He always want hugs. He always want to lay on you. But he's a 25-year-old, 200 and something pound man. Just thinking about it exhausts me. Financially. How he's affected me financially is I try to keep things peaceful at all costs. He gets Social Security. I try to let him have that independence of having his own money to do his own things. For at least 5 to 10 days, I do get that until the money is gone. It's gone on food, it's gone on video games, it's gone on all kind of anything that his mind can think of to purchase until he happens to go to the store and the card declines. From the moment that the card declines, he's back in anger mode. And we have to deal with that for the entire month, rest of the month, until another load of Social Security gets back on his card. So when days that I don't feel like it, I'm exhausted, I don't have the energy, I've had a long day at work, he asks me all day long, can I drive your car? Can I go to the store? He goes in between me and my mother, begging and asking for money, for change. Can he drive our car? Just, it's exhausting. So I've spent so much money trying to keep peace, to keep him from throwing tantrums, to keep him from getting angry, so our peace isn't disturbed. Just giving money, him eating constantly. He's a 24-year-old, 200 and something pound man, and he's constantly eating. So constant, buying cigarettes, buying Black and Milds, 2 and 3 meals a day, going back and forth to restaurants. It's financially bankrupting me. And I don't want to put everything on him because I can't say no. I can't just deal with his tantrums, which is what he does when he can't get money from us. When we do put our foot down and say, no, you can't use the card. No, I don't have any more money to give you. It's just, we better buckle up and hold on. And he's going to end up back in the mental hospital because he's going to show out so bad. He's going to go so deep because he can't get what he wants. I'm making this video because I want my life back. I know it will never, ever be the same anymore because the fact is that I have a child with a mental illness, and I know that. I'm dealing with that. But it's my son that has the mental illness, not me. And I've lost who I am, who I was, because of all of this. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do because I try to make a plan from sitting out in my car before I come in to get myself mentally ready, meditate, pray, all that. Some days I'm stronger than others. Some days it don't even matter that I did those things. I try to make plans I'm going to wake up before he does, to get my mind and body ready and prepared for the day and all that it's going to bring with him. Sometimes he'll get up before me, and all that is out the window, thrown away. I may have 1 or 2 days out of a month where I literally wake myself up. Just wake up out of my sleep on my own naturally. 1 or 2 days a month. Either I'm woke up by him spazzing out, or walking and stumping and slamming doors in cabinets. It's exhausting. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't need to stay strong because I am. I'm staying strong, but I'm human. And I feel like I'm dying here. I'm dying. I try to study. I recently tried to pick up computer coding. I brought headphones. I can't go to the library because everything's closed. COVID-19 has shut all that stuff down. I stopped smoking 5.5 years. You know, you can see my lips. I'm back smoking. It's like my strength is weakening. And I need help. I just need help. I want my son to have help most of all, because if I can get him help, that will help me. I know, say the medicine this, the medicine that. If he's up on this medicine, he will not take medicine. And by law, with him being over 21, in the state of Florida, they cannot force a person to take psych meds unless they're Baker acted. So if he's not in the mental hospital, he doesn't take medication. Sometimes we have good days, sometimes we have bad days. And honest to God, I feel like when he's off the medicine, and this is just my opinion, he has a lot more better days. But when he does go off the rocker and he goes in the mental hospital, it starts the cycle of meds back again. And it takes a while for that to get out of his system. So if you've listened and watched this far, I want to apologize to you, because I'm sure you didn't click on this to get some sad story and emotional situation. I just needed an outlet. And if you're going through something like this with the mentally challenged kid, and you're a single mother at that, just stay strong. The same thing I told y'all not to tell me. That's all I got, is staying strong. I do have my family. I have my mother. But I feel guilty because he gives it to her just like he gives it to me. And I feel bad because it's my child. I know it's her grandchild, but it's my child. And I feel bad. I'm getting these breakouts. I'm gonna stop because I can go on and on about how horrible my life is. But at the end of the day, I'm alive. I'm COVID-19 free. My children are alive. My mother is alive. I still am employed. I have life, health, and strength right now. So, I'm gonna go, and I hope and wish and pray that all of you guys who have something similar to what I'm going through, or your own specific case, that you are able to pull through, and that God bless you. Bye.